What's up everybody, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel, my name is Christine Kavanda, and please consider subscribing to my channel. Please consider joining this family, support my channel, because this is the only channel where you get to learn different tips on how to handle different situations. And guys, today I'm back again with a very interesting video, and today I want us to discuss or rather I want to teach you on some of the things that we need to consider before buying a second-hand vehicle, whether we are buying it within our country here in Kenya, or you're buying it from Japan, or you're buying it from any other country. Guys, there are those crucial things that we need to consider before buying a second-hand vehicle. And today, guys, this channel is teaching us on some of the things that we need to consider before buying a second-hand vehicle. So guys, owning a car is one of the biggest achievements for ordinary Kenyans, or rather actually for each and every person who has really struggled to keep up with the chaotic public transport in most parts of the country, or even most parts of the regions. And alongside convenience, a car comes with a load of other benefits, including the privacy, the ability to attend the emergencies conveniently, and the freedom, among other things. And so, while car ownership is one of the most coveted status in society, it sometimes become one of your major sources of stress. And if you are not careful, it might stress you up completely. And it is estimated that most of the vehicles, or rather most of the vehicles that come into Kenya, and mostly second-hand vehicles, and whether they are from Japan, a high percentage of the Kenyans shows that they buy very second-hand products. Here are the fees to check when buying a second-hand car in Kenya. And what I would say, it is not only in Kenya but even in other countries. If you are planning to buy an old vehicle, or rather a second-hand car, there are some things that you need to check before you make the final decision. One of these things that you need to check is the body. The condition of the body in most cases indicates the general health of a car, and in case a car has a lot of dents, it is then an indication of maybe careless users, or rather careless driving, and this could as well dent your pocket. What I mean is that it might make things so hard for you, because it means you will keep on going back to the mechanic. So if the body is too much spoiled, it is better to look for another car that is well maintained, and this will cost you less amount, and it will not take you to the mechanic so many times. You know, these are some of the mistakes that we make, and you find out after buying a vehicle within a very short time, you start complaining that you're spending a lot of money. Remember, a car is just like another baby, or to men in Kenya we say that a car is like another wife, because this is something that needs to keep on being reserviced. And for you to avoid all these costs, you need to get a good car, or rather a car that is in good condition. So the other thing that you need to check is the engine of the car. You know, the engine is central to any car, and nobody would want to buy a car that has engine issues, because it will be so much embarrassing when you are your car on the highway and the car stops, and it is not easy to determine the health of an engine from an external view. So most of the times it becomes a challenge to many people. But if you feel that you are not able to identify a good engine, it is always good to take the car for a test drive, and if you are a good driver, you will understand how healthy the engine is. However, this is not enough. In case you feel that you are still not sure about the engine of the car, it is always good to consult a professional so that you are sure of the engine of the car that you are buying. Still, you can take the car to the mechanic or to a service center where they can be able to check the health status of the components before making any kind of decision of buying a car. Also, it is always very good to check the engine number, and in case you find that the number does not match the one on the logbook, it is always good to ask for a documentation indicating the change of an engine. You know, sometimes you might end up buying a stolen car or a car that may make you to end up in a situation that you cannot be able to explain. The other thing that is very important that you need to check is the accident history. Some cars are advertised as accident free, and sometimes it is a lie. You find out that a car has gone through some accidents, and some of them are even write-offs, but because they have been repaired, you think that it's a new car. And this is the biggest also mistake that as we make when we are buying cars. So a car that has had an accident will never function optimally, or will never function like a car that has never been involved in an accident. And the worst of all is that this car cannot be insured comprehensive-free, and this means in case you are involved in an accident with the same car, the insurance company will not pay you. So you can get a clue on accident history through the villas on the body. Sometimes you check the body and you see a lot of misalignment. There are bent frames, maybe some bolts are missing. So with all these kind of indicators, you'll be able to know that this car has been involved in an accident. And in case a car had been written off, it is always going to be checking in the portal of the National Transport and Safety Authority of the NTSA, because they will never ever allow such kind of a car on the road. The other thing that we need to check, and we should not ignore this, is the loans. You know, you do not want to buy a car and then in some few days somebody is coming for the car. Most of the cars being sold online in Kenya have loans on them, and that is why you keep on saying a lot of cars being sold online, because maybe the owner got a loan to buy this car and he was not able to pay it off, or she was not able to pay it off. So it is very, very important to make sure the car that you are buying, it has not been attached to any loan. And before doing any purchase, please, it is always good to do a search on the NTSA website, which will show if the car is under two people, because a car that has been bought through a loan will always be registered under two names. That is the owner of the name of the owner, and maybe the name of the financial institution that opened the loan. So sometimes the lender could be the only owner of the logbook. So it is always very, very important to check if this car is on loan, because the owner might not tell you, but immediately you buy this car, it starts now giving you some issues. The other thing that one should check before buying a second-hand vehicle is the mileage. Sometimes car owners tamper with the odometer, which shows how long the car has traveled, and an odometer which has been tampered with is red flag, and that the car could have been misused previously. So high mileage is not a good indicator, although it shouldn't be a main concern, or you should not be having any worry about this the mileage of the vehicle, but to some vehicles it is not a very good indicator. So a car with very high mileage could indicate a high possibility of wear and tear, which decreases the efficiency of the vehicle. And so just as you can see, this is the mileage that this car has used, so meaning this car has been on the road for quite some time, and this is an indicator that this car has some wear and tear. As you know, vehicles do not appreciate, but they normally depreciate, so this is not a very good indicator. But sometimes it could be having the owner could be handling it with care, and the mileage should not be an issue. It can be in a good condition even though the mileage is high. Though when you are buying a vehicle, it should be a concern, but it should not stop you from buying the vehicle if all the other parts of that vehicle is okay. Those are some of the things that we need to check before we buy vehicles. So make sure the 5 items that I've mentioned here, that is the mileage, the loans that has been attached to this vehicle, the accident history, whether the car has been involved in any accident, the engine of the car, and the body of the car. These 5 things are very important when you're buying a car, especially that is when you are buying a second-hand car, whether it is coming from Japan, whether you're buying within your country. It is always good to check on those 5 things before you make a decision of buying a car. So guys, I believe that I've helped somebody who is planning to buy her car. So I'll wish all the best those who are buying the cars, but remember to check on those 5 items before you buy. So if you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with somebody, and just leave a comment. And please remember to subscribe. I just thank everyone who has all those who have subscribed to my channel, especially the guys from India. You guys, you're my fan. I really love you. The people from US, I love you guys. The people from Kenya and all the other countries who are watching my videos, I love you so much, guys. And from me, I'm gonna say goodbye.